any father would. Taught me quite a few lessons as I was in the passenger seat of his beige 04 Ford Taurus on my way to basketball practices, basketball games, any event that we had in the family. Because ultimately, when you have two siblings who both want to do activities and your mom has one car, somebody has to go somewhere. As we spoke at the hospital before Christmas, he told me to thank God for truly allowing him to be a messenger of those lessons to me. That got me to thank God, because truly, Grandpa was one to have the Lord work through him in every way. He passed various lessons to me. He taught me to always choose to be happy, to treat everyone with love and compassion, and finally, to trust God completely. However, this first lesson of always choosing to be happy, I didn't quite fully understand until about 4 years ago, but I've always tried to apply it. Everywhere that we drove, he would always talk about how life is what I can make of it. Just as life for you, he would tell any of you, is what you make of it. And I never understood why Grandpa was happy no matter where he was, whether he was shoveling manure at a farm or at a birthday party, he was always happy. Until I understood the concept of Christian joy. Grandpa's joy did not come through the circumstances of his life. It came through the power of Christ and his resurrection. He fully understood that, and the joy that comes with that he's finally passed to us. Secondly, God showed me how to treat people with love and compassion. As I got older, in the 5th and 6th grade, he started driving me around in about 3rd grade. As any father figure would, they'd tell you about their job. And I got to know about everything that Grandpa did here at the Ministry of Care and with St. Vincent de Paul, and how he would give clothes and food to those who needed it. Even if they weren't Catholic, even if they didn't have a job, even if they weren't the kind of people who you would traditionally help out, he'd quickly give them the clothes off his back if he needed it. In fact, the hoodie that I'm wearing, which is from a Lutheran school, were some of his best friends, because he loved all people. And that was really great for me, because as we hear stories throughout the Bible, we hear about words of Christ helping lepers, or of him feeding people or giving blind people sight. And fortunately in our country, we don't have people with leprosy or others who are on the streets and suffering in that way. But God's work still needs to be done, and God was able to show me how to do that through Grandpa each and every day with how he treated myself and all of you. Finally, Grandpa taught me to trust God completely and to thank him for everything. As I've gotten older, well, I want to have a family. That's a pretty normal thing for a young man to want. And so going through life and trying to figure out how to get through each of those problems, I went to the two people who have 61 years of experience fending off issues, Grandma and Grandpa. And I asked them what their secret was to such a happy and successful marriage. Because every day, Grandma knew that Grandpa loved him completely. And they both told me this. I asked them completely independently. Neither one of them knew the other one was asked the same question. What's your secret? And their answer was simple. Trust in God. God will always give you exactly what you need. He might not allow you to indulge yourself or fund your greed in some way, and he might not give you exactly what you think you need, but he will give you everything that you need, sometimes even down to the cent. And he will always take care of you if you trust him. And then thank him. Grandpa always told me to thank God for everything. Even as he was going through all of this pain, he would thank God for his suffering. And I had learned this lesson before, but I really never started to understand it until I started at Purdue and learned how difficult life can be sometimes. And each of us has had our own struggles, some of which Grandpa's been able to help with, others of which he might not have known about. But this love and trust in God, he has taught me to get us through all of them. And so I think I would be remiss if I did not conclude by saying this. Lord, thank you for allowing Grandpa to touch all of our lives. Thank you for the car rides. Thank you for the basketball games. Thank you for the cheering in the stands. Thank you for telling me that I might surprise myself one day with where I go. Thank you for teaching me all of those lessons and understanding where to go. Thank you for allowing me to have such a wonderful and supportive family that I've gotten to truly see over these last few weeks. Lord, thank you for it all. And thank you for taking your servant into heaven.
This concludes our prayer this evening.